Hey everyone, this is Jimmy with Jim's Review Room. So last week, I was able to get my hands on the Jabra Sport Plus, which were more expensive, bigger, and the only assumption that I had was it sounded better than these Jabra Steps. Now I was completely wrong, and they are indeed now one of my worst earbuds that I've heard to date. And it's odd considering Jabra had made the Jabra Rocks, and they sounded great. So today, I have the lowest priced wireless Bluetooth sport earbuds from Jabra, the Jabra Step, priced at $69 retail as of this video, and we'll see how these sound and fit. So, without further ado, welcome to another review. Going over the physical aspects first, these are built with very much simplicity in mind. The first thing that you'll notice are the ear hooks are really a gel tube with a cutout to run the wires, not a solid piece of silicone, gel, or plastic. They are detachable, but I wouldn't personally recommend this as the wires are situated up top and does pull down on the earpiece. Now the ear hook surprisingly does work despite it being so light, flexible, and loose you can say, but more on my fitment and comfort test later. Now as for the earbuds themselves, there's no physical buttons on these, and again these are as well super lightweight in feeling. And these are indeed sport earbuds, being dust and water resistant as claimed by Jabra. Now on the right earbud is a micro USB port for charging the Step with the supplied micro USB cable. The controls are actually located closer to the right earbud with volume controls up and down and an action button in the middle for turning on and off and pairing the unit and answering phone calls as well. Now in the packaging, there's a total of 3 silicone ear tips, small, medium, and large, which works well for a $70 Bluetooth headset, much better than the Jabra Sport Plus, and almost as good as the $200 Power Beats 2. They're not the type that goes into your ear canal, creating that suction and holding that way like the Jabra Rocks or Jaybird Bluebud X, but it sits on the outside of the ear canal and it does a good job staying in place, not lifting off the outside of the ear canal and then losing sound isolation. Because of the ear tip design, it actually contours to the opening and then actually blocks out outside noises pretty well and helps create a bit more immersion into the music that you're listening to. So overall, wearing these have been quite a pleasure. I was a bit skeptical because they were so flexible, but I personally haven't had any issues with these earbuds themselves. Jogging and of course weightlifting, these things stayed in place for sure. They are indeed so light that I do forget that I'm wearing these at times. And having these on for several hours, I experienced barely any to no wearing fatigue at all. The only issue I can point out at this time is the inline controller does pull the wire to the right shoulder and ear, sometimes causing a pulling action when you turn your head. It's not a huge nuisance, but sometimes I do notice this issue and have to readjust from time to time. Not a deal breaker in my opinion, but something definitely to point out. And now moving on to everyone's favorite part, the sound quality. And let me just say, these are very, very good for wireless Bluetooth earbuds priced at just $70. Now starting with the bass, it's clean in my opinion with just enough bass to satisfy. There's just the right amount of thump and deep bass to make most genres enjoyable. The Jabra Rocks that I reviewed, which were more bass heavy, almost having characteristics of Beats by Dre products, it still provided great audio and bass if you're a bass head and deep into hip hop, rap, drum and bass, etc. But the Jabra Step gives a balanced approach without joining much of the other audio fields per se. Again, very impressed coming from again a $70 set. And regarding the mid-levels in audio, where most vocals reside, listening to a variety of genres from pop, hip-hop, to rap, to even more synthesized music of electronic dance music, overall all genres are perfectly fine for the average consumer. Now if you're not an audiophile, it'll sound great to you, and my channel does focus more on the average consumer. But for those with a more peculiar ear, these don't sound as open as some of the more expensive choices out there, specifically the Jaybird's Bluebud X. You do lose a bit of clarity in that fine, minute detail in audio and the singer's voice. But as stated, these are very good earbuds for the average consumer. You won't be disappointed in the audio. Now the highs are good as well. There's no tinging and that high-pitched ring found on high notes from cheaper earbuds or headsets. Again, wearing these for several hours straight, taking the earbuds off, my eardrums are not numb or ringing where I do need to rub my ear canal a little bit there. Now testing phone calls have been great. They performed as well as other headsets with audio quality on my end clear and the other end stating that it just sounded normal, I guess you can say. And watching movies, these still performed good. The Powerbeats 2 had trouble syncing with movies on Apple products, and others have noted this as well, but the Jabra step does work with no problems. Movies does good, but again, not perfect as it does lack that open and spatial field. It sounds more like mono sound rather than real separate left and right audio channels. But again, that's me being picky and having tested other headsets on the market. Now regarding range, in a straight line without any walls, I was able to achieve approximately 30 linear feet. Sometimes at 25 feet it will cut off in and out a little bit, but other than that, if you're going to have your tablet or phone close to you, it shouldn't be a problem at all. Now in regards to battery life, charging had taken just a little over 2 hours to fully charge from a dead battery, and during my initial test draining the battery, I achieved 5 hours and 28 minutes. Kind of a shock considering it's more than what Jabra is suggesting. So I retested this again with 50% volume to have an even base to gauge, and I was able to achieve 5 hours and 47 minutes this time on my second battery drain test. Overall, better than what Jabra is suggesting. There's no other extra features like some other earbuds except these are dust and water resistant. There's no case that comes with these, which I thought was a bit lacking, but I guess you can say it justifies the price. Overall, if you're looking for a simple pair of earbuds, great sound for the average consumer, and you're budget conscious as well, no questions, you should look into these yourself. So I hope this review helped you in some way. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video if you can, as it does help me in bringing you more content. Find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus for content behind the scenes, and I'll see you on the next one. This is Jimmy with Jim's Review Room. Take care everyone. Bye.